For years, the night sky has been a canvas of mystery, inspiring countless discoveries and debates among astronomers and enthusiasts alike. Yet, there are rare occasions when something truly extraordinary appears, shaking even the most seasoned observers. One such case is the discovery of a planet-sized object on Google Sky, a find that not only baffled amateur astronomers, but also set off a chain of events that raised suspicions of a cover-up. The image itself showed an enormous glowing body, with two distinct arcs of light flaring outward from either side. And unlike other celestial objects catalogued in this region of the sky, this anomaly seemed too structured, too defined, and far too massive to be dismissed as a trick of light. What made the discovery even more perplexing was not just the object itself, but the aftermath that followed. Almost immediately after its identification began circulating among online astronomy groups, Google Sky was temporarily shut down. When it was brought back online, the section of space where the object had once been clearly visible was now obscured by a rectangular black patch. For many researchers and observers, this sequence of events confirmed their suspicion that the discovery was not only genuine, but something that authorities or institutions did not want widely known. The act of censoring a section of the sky appeared deliberate, fueling theories that the image represented a celestial body of immense importance. The object's sheer size is one of the strongest pieces of evidence suggesting that this was not simply a star or artifact. Those who analyzed the image pointed out that, unlike nearby stars, this anomaly had depth, coloration, and structure that indicated it was far larger than initially assumed. Based on its visual characteristics, many estimated it to be comparable to a planet, possibly even larger. The two sweeping arcs of light extending from its surface added to its mysterious quality. Some speculated these arcs were signs of motion, evidence that the object was not stationary, but traveling through space, perhaps trailing plasma or dust in its wake. Others suggested the arcs could signify the presence of rings, similar to those of Saturn, though far more luminous and pronounced. What distinguished this object from stars in the background was its consistency of shape and brightness. Users of Google Sky at the time noted that stars in the surrounding region were easily identifiable, and this anomaly bore no resemblance to them. It had the visual weight and presence of a planetary body, yet one not documented in any public star charts. Amateur astronomers were quick to voice their opinions online, with many insisting that the image could not be dismissed as an error or glitch. The argument was simple. If this were a common star, then why had the image been censored and the site temporarily disabled? The censorship became the heart of the controversy. In the world of astronomy, transparency is a cornerstone. Every discovery, from small asteroids to distant galaxies, is meticulously catalogued and shared. The sudden concealment of this object sparked fears of intentional suppression. Skeptics argued that if the object was harmless or unimportant, there would be no reason to obscure it. The act of hiding it seemed to confirm its significance. Various theories have emerged regarding the true nature of this body. Some believe it could be a wandering planet, a rogue world drifting through the galaxy without a host star. Such objects are believed to exist, and their detection is rare but not impossible. If the anomaly was indeed such a planet, its sheer proximity to be visible on Google Sky would make it an astronomical event of great importance. Others suggested it could be a brown dwarf star, a celestial object too massive to be a planet, yet too small to sustain nuclear fusion like a true star. This idea, while speculative, resonated with those who have long entertained the possibility of unseen stellar companions within our solar neighborhood. One of the most compelling aspects of the discovery is how quickly it was buried under silence. Enthusiasts who saved copies of the original image circulated them widely, ensuring that the anomaly was not lost despite its erasure from the platform. For them, the existence of such an object is undeniable. Their frustration, however, lies in the lack of official acknowledgement or explanation. The silence from institutions left an information vacuum, which was quickly filled with speculation, theories, and warnings about what such an object could mean for humanity. The debate also touches on the broader issue of access to space knowledge. In an age where digital platforms provide unprecedented access to data, moments like this remind the public that not everything in the sky is meant to be shared openly. The possibility that data could be redacted or censored creates unease, especially when the subject appears to involve something of planetary size. For many, it reinforced the belief that some discoveries are intentionally kept from the public eye to avoid panic, confusion, or inconvenient questions. Further intrigue came from the object's visual properties. The orange hue at its core, paired with the white flares on either side, gave it an appearance unlike ordinary planetary images. Some observers likened it to depictions of celestial bodies in ancient texts and myths, seeing it as a modern echo of stories about fiery objects crossing the heavens. Others argued that the coloration indicated it was not only massive but active, potentially radiating heat or interacting with surrounding matter in ways that suggested it was alive with energy. The blackout of the image did not erase its impact. On the contrary, it elevated the mystery, transforming the object from a curious anomaly into a subject of global speculation. Forums, blogs, and discussion groups were flooded with debates, some arguing for scientific explanations, others convinced it was evidence of something far more significant, perhaps even something that challenges our current understanding of the solar system and beyond. Regardless of the theories, one fact remains. A planet-sized object was visible on Google Sky. It stood out clearly from surrounding stars, and shortly after its discovery, it was deliberately obscured. For many, this sequence of events speaks louder than any official statement could. It suggests not only that the object was real, but that it carried implications deemed too sensitive for public discussion. The event has since become emblematic of the larger debate about secrecy in space exploration. As telescopes grow more powerful and more data becomes available to the public, the question of transparency becomes increasingly vital. Discoveries like this raise an uncomfortable possibility that even in an age of unprecedented access to information, there remain barriers to the full truth of what exists in our skies. As of right now, the mysterious object on Google Sky remains one of the most enduring celestial mysteries of the digital era. Whether a rogue planet, a brown dwarf, or something altogether unknown, it has captured the imagination of countless individuals who believe that what we see above us is only a fraction of what exists. Its censorship, rather than silencing the discussion, has ensured that the debate will continue for years to come. The fascination with the cosmos has long captivated humanity's imagination, igniting curiosity about the mysteries that lie beyond our planet. Among these mysteries, the phenomenon of unidentified objects has frequently emerged, with reports of sightings ranging from Earth's surface to the vast expanse of space. Recent claims of unidentified objects seen close to the Moon have reignited discussions about otherworldly life, advanced technologies, and the limitations of our understanding of the universe. While skeptics and believers continue to engage in debates, these sightings near the Moon prompt us to consider the implications and potential explanations behind these mysterious encounters. This most recent sighting has been shared around social media, and it shows two glowing objects close to the Moon. Interestingly, it's been reported that the two objects could only be seen when the individuals zoomed in on their camera, and oddly enough, this isn't the first time that something like this has been reported. The man said that as he zoomed in to get a better view of the Moon, the craters and valleys revealed themselves in intricate detail. He adjusted the focus, and with each adjustment, the lunar surface appeared clearer. It was during this precise moment that something extraordinary happened. His trained eye caught a glimpse of two faint glimmering specks moving across the Moon's surface. At first, he dismissed the glows as mere artifacts or a trick of the light. To his astonishment, the two glows persisted, steadily traversing the Moon's face. They were not stars. Their movements were deliberate, calculated, and too close to be anything but extraordinary. The man said that he reached for his camera, quickly adjusting the settings to capture the mysterious objects. The two glows seemed to hover above the Moon, a serene and otherworldly ballet beneath the vastness of space. As the minutes passed, his initial disbelief transformed into a mixture of wonder and curiosity. The glows emitted a soft luminescence, casting a gentle radiance on the Moon's surface below. Eventually, after what felt like an eternity, the glows began to fade, their brilliance dimming until they were nothing more than ethereal wisps against the lunar backdrop. The unidentified objects moved off the Moon's edge and disappeared into the obsidian abyss of space, leaving behind a sense of awe and unanswered questions. For decades, individuals have reported seeing inexplicable objects in the sky, often accompanied by vivid descriptions of their appearance and behavior. However, the notion of unidentified objects near the Moon introduces an additional layer of intrigue. Our celestial companion, the Moon, has been a source of fascination and exploration since time immemorial. It is both a symbol of inspiration and an object of scientific study. The idea that unidentified objects are appearing in proximity to this celestial body intensifies questions about the nature and origin of these phenomena. One possible explanation for mysterious sightings near the Moon is the presence of advanced human-made technology, potentially originating from space agencies or classified military programs. As human capabilities in space exploration advance, it becomes increasingly plausible that we possess technologies capable of reaching lunar distances. Secretive projects or experimental craft could be responsible for some of these sightings. However, the question remains whether such technologies could account for the full range of reported characteristics, including sudden accelerations, abrupt changes in direction, and other maneuvers that challenge our current understanding of physics. Another perspective considers the possibility that these sightings could be related to natural celestial phenomena that we have yet to fully comprehend. Optical illusions, reflections, and atmospheric disturbances could potentially distort the appearance of objects, leading observers to mistake them for unidentified objects. Similarly, anomalies caused by cosmic debris or meteoroids could create temporary visual anomalies that perplex viewers. While such explanations may account for some cases, they might struggle to explain instances where unidentified objects exhibit deliberate behavior inconsistent with natural celestial processes. Among the more sensational explanations is the idea that these sightings represent advanced activity. The Moon, as Earth's closest neighbor in space, could hold particular interest for potential visitors from other star systems. The prospect of an advanced civilization observing or even interacting with our Moon raises profound questions about the motives, technology, and intentions of advanced entities. However, this notion rests heavily on assumptions about the intentions and capabilities of potential visitors, as well as the logistics of interstellar travel. It also raises concerns about why they would choose to reveal themselves in a manner that leads to mere fleeting glimpses, rather than direct contact. In evaluating these sightings, it's important to acknowledge the limitations of our human perception and the potential for misinterpretation. Psychological factors, including cognitive biases and perceptual errors, can influence how we process and remember what we observe. Additionally, the vastness of space and the complexities of its interaction with light can create illusions that challenge our ability to accurately assess the nature of distant objects. Furthermore, the advancement of technology, such as powerful telescopes and high-resolution cameras, has made it easier to capture and share images and videos of celestial phenomena. While these tools offer new opportunities for documentation, they also raise concerns about the potential for hoaxes, misidentifications, and the influence of digital manipulation. The realm of space exploration has always been marked by a blend of scientific inquiry and the allure of the unknown. Over the years, numerous reports of unidentified objects have added an extra layer of intrigue to this field. While these objects have often been associated with science fiction, recent developments suggest that even established space agencies, such as NASA, are taking a closer look at these enigmatic phenomena. Unidentified objects are objects observed in the sky that exhibit flight characteristics beyond the scope of conventional human-made aircraft. Historically, these sightings have generated speculation about advanced life, advanced technologies, and government cover-ups. However, a growing body of evidence, coupled with technological advancements in observation and data analysis, has prompted NASA to address the subject with a more open-minded and scientific approach. NASA's primary mission is to explore space, advance scientific knowledge, and expand our understanding of the universe. This mission naturally extends to studying any phenomena that might occur within the celestial realm, including those that challenge our current scientific paradigms. As sightings continue to be reported by credible sources, including trained pilots and military personnel, NASA recognizes the importance of rigorously investigating these occurrences. The interest in unidentified objects within the scientific community is not a new development. In recent years, NASA's attention to unidentified objects has manifested in a more systematic and transparent manner. The establishment of the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force within the US Department of Defense, which collaborates with other agencies including NASA, signifies a renewed effort to gather and analyze credible data on sightings. The goal is to determine whether any observed phenomena pose potential national security threats or could offer insights into new aerospace technologies. NASA's involvement in investigating unidentified objects underscores the agency's commitment to scientific rigor and evidence-based inquiry. The study of unidentified objects within the framework of established scientific methodologies allows for the identification of misperceptions, optical illusions, and conventional explanations that might account for many sightings. This approach seeks to demystify these occurrences while recognizing the small subset of cases that remain genuinely unexplained. Furthermore, NASA's exploration of unidentified objects holds broader implications for our understanding of the universe. As technology advances, our ability to observe distant celestial objects and phenomena improves. Unexplained observations, such as unidentified objects in space, provide an opportunity to refine our instruments, observation techniques, and understanding of natural phenomena. Whether these objects are atmospheric anomalies, cosmic debris, or even extraterrestrial probes, studying them enhances our capacity to differentiate between known and unknown entities in space. It's important to acknowledge that the investigation of these objects within the scientific community remains a contentious topic. As the privatization of space exploration continues to advance, SpaceX, the pioneering aerospace company founded by Elon Musk, has become a leader in the development of innovative rocket technology and ambitious missions to colonize Mars. Alongside the public's fascination with these advancements, there has been a growing interest in reports of unidentified objects spotted in the vicinity of SpaceX missions. Since the company's inception, there have been several instances of mysterious aircraft sightings reported during SpaceX missions. These sightings have ranged from mysterious lights and unexplained objects seen near rocket launches to unidentified craft observed near the International Space Station during SpaceX resupply missions. One of the most widely discussed sightings happened on April 19th, when a strange black triangle was seen in the background of the Starlink mission, which led to a flurry of social media posts and speculations about advanced visitors. Shortly after the launch, observers spotted the black triangle in the background, and theories were soon put forward to explain what the object was. Although SpaceX didn't respond to this sighting, in the past, officials said that these objects are likely space debris. Many of these sightings associated with SpaceX missions have been debunked by experts who provide plausible, natural explanations for the observed phenomena. These explanations often involve atmospheric and lighting conditions, space debris, or other human-made objects in Earth's orbit. While some sightings can be readily explained by natural phenomena or human activity, others remain unexplained and continue to generate debate among enthusiasts and researchers. The growing interest in sightings related to SpaceX missions has several implications for the public's perception of unidentified phenomena and the possibility of advanced life. As private space exploration becomes more commonplace, the general public has greater access to information and visual media related to rocket launches and other space missions, increasing the likelihood of witnessing and reporting unusual phenomena. Additionally, the association of sightings with cutting-edge space technology and missions, such as those conducted by SpaceX, can fuel the public's curiosity and speculation about the existence of extraterrestrial life and advanced civilizations. This interest is further amplified by the recent declassification of footage and reports by the United States government, which has led to increased public discourse and debate about unidentified aerial phenomena. As of right now, these sightings that have been captured during SpaceX missions represent a fascinating intersection of public interest in cutting-edge space exploration and the ongoing debate surrounding unidentified phenomena. While many of these sightings can be debunked through careful analysis and expert explanations, some remain unexplained, continuing to captivate the imaginations of enthusiasts and the general public alike. As private space exploration continues to advance, it is likely that interest in mysterious aircrafts will increase. NASA's Webb delivers deepest infrared image of universe yet. The James Webb Telescope also captured an infrared image of SMACS 0723, which is a galaxy cluster filled with a myriad of various galaxies. The JWST went a step further by highlighting some of the faintest objects in space ever captured. Granted, the image taken is nothing but a tiny part of a huge universe, a small snapshot into the distant unknown. The reason behind the choice of capturing a galaxy cluster is that clusters act somewhat like magnifying glasses. They help astronomers find galaxies even further away. Some of these distant galaxies witnessed the universe's infancy billions of years ago. The JWST used its NIRCam to create the image utilizing a composition of varying wavelengths. It took just over 12 hours to produce, and the results outshine even the amazing images taken by the Hubble Space Telescope, many of which take several weeks to complete. SMACS 0723 was captured by the James Webb Telescope in the exact same beauty it possessed over 4.6 billion years ago, a live reflection from the past. This galaxy cluster can be observed from the south in the direction of the constellation Volans. There is still not much known about the galaxies in the cluster, but scientists hope to uncover more as the JWST's data is processed. The image produced by the James Webb Telescope focuses on tiny clusters of stars that are typically overlooked or overshadowed in images taken of space, but the JWST image showcases all the tiny features of the galaxy cluster that have never been seen prior. The light we see is reflected from billions of years ago. We see these galaxies as they were long before the rise of humanity on Earth because the light takes so long to reach us. When looking at the image, we see youthful galaxies, some of which formed not long after the Big Bang itself. Scientists hope to discover individual galaxies in the cluster's masses, chemical compositions, ages, and personal histories. Every galaxy has a story to tell that astronomers hope to uncover and piece together. Space dust is prevalent in the image and encases our cosmos in colors of all sorts, highlighting the glorious beauty and glamour of our cosmos for how otherworldly it is. Dust is crucial in the creation of stars, but some galaxies, such as blue ones, possess very little of it. Red galaxies, in comparison, have a plenitude of this star-creating dust, while green galaxies generally are mostly filled with chemical compounds such as hydrocarbons. All this amazing research will shed light on how galaxies form and why they are this way, including insight into how they merge, expand, and thrive. Perhaps scientists might use this information to answer the question of why some galaxies cease star production entirely. The James Webb Telescope has captured 48 different galaxies at once using its near-infrared spectrograph. Astronomers detect secret water reserves in the solar system's largest canyon. Valles Marineris, also known as the Grand Canyon of Mars, is the largest canyon in our solar system. But Valles Marineris attracts scientific curiosity for more than just its size. The 2,485-mile-long canyon system may also be home to hidden reserves of water. Recent data from an instrument known as the ESA Roscosmos ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter's Friend shows abnormal hydrogen levels below Mars's surface. Unlike previous instruments, FRIEND, which stands for Fine Resolution Epithermal Neutron Detector, can detect neutrons up to a meter below the surface of Mars. According to physicist Alexei Malakov, neutrons are produced when highly energetic particles known as galactic cosmic rays strike Mars. Low neutron levels indicate the presence of hydrogen. Because dry soil emits more neutrons than wet soil, the number of neutrons emitted by soil beneath Mars's surface can indicate levels of water. Between May 2018 and February 2021, FRIEND collected the data that indicates high concentrations of subsurface hydrogen. It suggests that soil up to a meter deep in the Valles Marineris region contains water that is either locked inside minerals or ice. Because it is unusual for minerals in this region to contain large amounts of water, experts believe that water ice near the surface is the more probable explanation. If the hydrogen is truly forming water molecules, This suggests that water makes up to 40% of the area close to the surface in the region. This watery area is roughly the size of the Netherlands. This discovery is unexpected, as the pressure and temperature around the Mars equator does not create a suitable environment for large stores of water. The presence of water in Valles Marineris suggests unusual conditions, possibly relating to the angle of its slopes. The water may also be sitting in scattered ancient deposits. This discovery of water is fascinating because of its surprising location, but this is not the first reserve found on the planet. It appears that the majority of water on Mars exists in the poles in the form of ice. The warmth surrounding the equator prevents the formation of ice at many latitudes. Water on Mars is typically found at higher latitudes, but this recent finding suggests it can be located under the surface as well. The watery region of Valles Marineris is abundant despite unfavorable conditions at the equator. Because of this, it has been compared to the permafrost regions of Earth, where ice is constantly present underneath the dry soil due to lower temperatures. It is still unclear exactly why water has been able to form near the Mars equator and what form that water takes. Understanding the form and conditions of this water may lead to even more important discoveries.